Hi, Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, and Ascendant. This is Dane, and I'm going to be doing your May 7th, 2024 new moon reading for you. Now, I ask if this reading resonates with you. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. It helps me out tremendously. It gets this channel seen by the YouTube algorithm. So, thank you so very much for doing so. And a little bit of housekeeping before we dive into this reading. If you're interested in a private reading, a private personalized meditation or healing, check out my website. I've changed it in accordance to what spirit has been telling me. So you might be pleasantly surprised. You probably will be pleasantly surprised with what you see there. So go check out my website, daneharttarot.com. It's linked in the description box below. So let's see here. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Ooh, goodness. Guide this reading and show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels and spirit guides. Show me clearly, guide this reading. And show me clearly, angels and spirit guides, angels. All right. So let's see here. We are crowned on this new moon in Taurus with the Two of Wands. Very interesting because Scorpio also has the Two of Wands in the reading. So if you're born on the cusp of Scorpio, if you have Scorpio in your chart, definitely check that out because there's something here about endings that's coming through quite powerfully and quite significantly during this time. So doors are going to be closing. We can get really upset over this, but it's actually going to lead us towards our future, towards what we really need to have in our life. It brings us then to the Five of Cups. Change your mind, change your life. This is going to be a time where we're seeing things that have failed or fallen apart. Now, a new moon in Taurus is quite intense because Taurus is the manifester. Taurus is absolutely the most magnificent energy with manifesting what you want, what you desire, how you want to step forward in your life. Yes, this is a Sagittarius reading. I know somebody's going to ask. So, yes, this is a Sagittarius reading, but the new moon is in Taurus. We are in the Taurus time period during this time. So, just be aware that that manifesting energy, I do apologize. That manifesting energy is going to come through very powerfully. So if we're looking at the wine that was spilled, if we're looking at what isn't instead of what is, that is going to be very detrimental because we'll call forward more of the sorrow, of the frustration, of the anger. Turn around. See the beautiful Two of Cups that lives behind us, that is behind us. Love and healing and power and beauty. It leads us to the Ten of Pentacles reverse. So the Ten of Pentacles reversed is saying we can be jealous of what other people have, but we can also be stuck in what we see as a loop of a curse almost. It's like a generational curse coming forward, not saying that you are cursed at all, but that's how it seems. It seems like I can never cut a break. I can never move forward the way that I want to. I'm never going to be successful the way that I want to. And Spirit is saying here, now is a time to look at how your gifts can go forward and best be connected with the most people, not with everybody, right? But with the most people. And this is going to be a time of a sharing of knowledge because you're coming out or you've been surrounded by people who have jealously guarded, right? Or feeling like I have to jealously guard XYZ. And there's going to be a liberation here around being able to be freed and of coming out of this mentality of if I have it, you can't have it type of deal. It moves us then to the Two of Pentacles. The repeat of the number two is heightened creativity during this time, pairing, connecting. The Two of Pentacles is things are out of balance. And we're going to be seeing this during this time. We're going to be seeing that certain things are out of balance. There's trickery around us. Our emotions are very intense. We're trying to balance quite a lot. And we need to step back just a little bit and we need to step into ourselves. We need to look at things and say, you know what, this balancing, it isn't working. I have to do one thing at a time, which can seem almost impossible at times with our to-do list and everything that needs to be done. So show kindness to yourself, show respect to yourself, move slowly, move gently, move lovingly forward into what you want. Know that there is going to be trickery around you. There are two people who are going to try and muddy the waters. So don't just trust people blindly. That's not going to be advantageous. It moves us then to the Magician. As above, so below. As you believe it, so it becomes. Very much in line and in correlation with this Taurus new moon and Taurus time period. But the Magician is also our wide-eyed hope. It is standing before the altar of our existence and claiming our treasure, claiming our personal gifts. And we can sit there and say, I don't have any, right? We can look at ourselves and be a little bit downtrodden, and that's okay. We all get there. So show yourself kindness, respect, and grace. But moving with the magician and saying, I am embracing what I love, what I am passionate about, what I desire in my life. I'm seeing my gifts. I own and accept the mistakes that I have made, but I move forward in fire and passion. Judgment comes in. And this is going to be a time where we're hearing a call to rise further and further into the power of ourselves, into the determination of ourselves, and into what we want and desire for our lives. There is a part of us that has been sleeping for a very long time that is now starting to be awakened. It's like we're finding ourselves again. Now, with the Empress reverse, there is a blockage of creativity. So do be mindful about this. We are doubting the way that we can move forward in our creative sacred space. We are doubting the way that we want to nurture ourselves, the way that we want to nurture others. So do be mindful about this here. We can even find that everybody's demands on us, we're not liking it. We can be, it sounds silly to say, but especially with sacred feminine energy, okay? Especially with women, we're told, don't be too selfish. Even if we are selfish, we're always like, oh, don't be too selfish. Have you ever noticed that guys can, just kind of like, they just take up space in a way that most of the time isn't at all. And even if they are apologetic about things, it isn't the same way as women are apologetic about things. So here it can be, I don't want to be the nurturer. I don't want to be the taker carer. I don't want to be the one that has to sacrifice for whomever. So just be mindful about this. And there can be a resentment there. Own it. Say, you know what? I see this in myself. I understand this. I understand that I don't like this burden that has fallen on my shoulders. Now, does that mean that we change it? No, for some of us, we wouldn't. We'd say, I still want to stand here, but I don't like it. We don't have to like it to know that these are our responsibilities. For others of us, we're going to be like, you know what? I need to change this. And it doesn't matter if this energy right now is mainly talking to women, but if you are not a woman, if you don't identify as a woman, this can also be having a blockage with your own creativity in sacred feminine energy. And how do I channel that sacred feminine energy to move forward in the creativity that I want in my sacred space, in my world, and in myself? And that's going to be a very big deal. And that is a very big thing for us. So let's see what Spirit has to say. Now, if you're interested in entering to win a free reading, put a flower in the comment box below. A person will be chosen at random and announced on Sunday. So good luck to everyone. And note that the announcement will be in a separate video. So hit the bell notification so you don't miss out when that comes up, because it's never at a set time at all. And I will not be contacting anybody in the comment box. So do be aware of that. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is family. This is connecting with our family, however that is, however that has manifest in ourselves and in our life. This is connecting with our family, with ourselves, with what we desire from our life, with how we need to move forward for us. This is connecting with our roots. This can also be connecting with our spiritual family, with our past life self. So do be aware of this during this time. It can manifest in quite unusual ways. We think a family is very much one thing, but it doesn't have to be. Let's see here the energy we need to be mindful of. Not mindful of, our chakra energy. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. This is love. The most powerful and beautiful word in our language is love. And here with the heart chakra, it's filling your heart with love, Sagittarius. What if we all lived in love? What if we all acted in love? What if we let love guide us? Not lust, not obsession, not, this is mine, I want it energy, but just saying, I love you. Saying, I love you to the trees and the planet and the birds and, the knife that cuts our food in the morning and the blankets that cover us at night. What if we say, I love you? And here, embracing the heart chakra and moving in that energy is just spectacular. It's just spectacular. Let's look at the energy we need to be mindful of during this time. Angels and spirit guides, show me clearly. Guide this reading and show me clearly. Ooh, okay, so these two. The King of Swords and the High Priestess reversed. So the King of Swords reversed and the High Priestess reversed. We're rejecting a spiritual awakening, and we're afraid of it. Being aware of this is going to be important. We are going to follow. There's a path here to follow the advice of fools. Do be aware of this during this time. That with the High Priestess reversed, we are not listening to our own inner guidance. We can really be doubting ourselves. I messed up in the past. I can't trust me. Okay. But calmly starting to connect with our bodies, with our spirit, with our soul, that is very, very, very important for the way that we move forward in our life. With the King of Swords, this is air sign energy, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. This does not have to be an air sign energy, though. Just know that the swords represent air sign energy. It's around the words, it's around expression. Now, we can have very negative self-thoughts during this time that are cutting us off from our sacred self. We can also be listening to people who just have very overpowering energy. So do be mindful about this as well, who tell us negative things. And we're going to be like, well, listen, they wouldn't tell us these negative things if we didn't need to learn and grow from them. And Spirit's like, okay, fair, but wrong. It's like fair, but wrong. It's a logical argument, but it's not correct. So do be mindful about this as well. Doors are closing. Spirit is saying this, not so that we get upset, not so that we look at things and say, oh my gosh, I can't do anything else. But I can't do anything right in my life. It's like throwing your hands up in the air and saying, ugh. But doors are closing and we're looking towards our future. There are going to be roadblocks in our way. There's going to be a sense of like, yeah, you can give up. Yeah, you can doubt yourself. And Spirit is saying here, look at your magic. So doors are closing. You may not move forward in the traditional way that you thought. When we're younger and we have all these tropes in movies and books that we look at, sometimes the tropes in our, kind of like the cliches in our own life that we see our parents play out, or our guardians play out, or, our teachers, our siblings, our, friends, other people in our family, play out. And it's like, oh, that's what I'm supposed to be. But what if that's not supposed to be your path at all? What if the generational curse that you feel that was weighed upon your shoulder that has held you back financially is that you're meant to stand out, that following the herd wasn't you, and it was never going to be you? Sagittarius, during this time, as doors close, as we look at what isn't, sometimes more prevalently and prominently than we look at what is, we need to turn around and see our healing, beautiful love. We need to look around and see that there is joy and beauty, even if that joy and beauty is just the way the birds sing in the morning, or the way they sing at night, the cooing of a dove when you go for a walk. What if it's just tiny little things? Moving from the city into the suburbs or the country and seeing the stars in a way you never have before. What if it's a bunch of little things that start to fill your cup, that start to fill your soul, that start to reconnect you with you? It moves us, or moving from the country into the city, wherever your soul is calling. Okay, I'm a little bit more of a suburbs country girl myself. With the 10 of Pentacles reversed, prosperity, success, bounty, abundance is coming into play, right? We are going through and have been through a financially difficult time. Be very mindful with this new moon in Taurus, which is going to be setting the foundation for the manifestation of, okay, so the new moon is where you set down what you want to manifest. Okay, especially in Taurus timeframe, this is astounding. In 6 months, which will be the full moon in Taurus on November 15th, that's where I am in the world. Look where it is on November, where you are in the world. That's where you'll see the manifestation of what you had set your mind to really coming into play, and all the steps you've taken along the way. You want to say, I want to change my life. We all want to do it really quickly, but it's healthy to say, I give myself time. I give myself time and I show myself grace. So with the 10 of Pentacles reversed, write down what you want. Also, write down where you feel stuck. It's like, this feels like a lie. Write it down. Write down how you want to manifest your way forward. And then come back in November, which sounds like a forever for now, but it's going to go like that. And see the challenges that you face. See the way that you have shed, a skin like a snake, to be able to be reborn, to be able to move with more flexibility of spirit and self. This is going to be around finances. Okay? Money, what you value as much as money. There's a huge shift that's coming from a place of struggle and lack and doubt that is manifesting its way forward to property. Well, Spirit is saying property. So somebody's looking to buy property. Do be aware of that during this 6-month span, that there's property coming into play. There's an ability to have what it is that you want that's moving forward, but there's also an ability to say, this is what's sacred to me. Doors have closed because I realize that isn't right for me. I'm changing the way that I look at it to say, I walk in love, and to see where that takes me. And with the 2 of Pentacles here, don't take on too much. We are going to want to monetize everything. Hobbies become, become workloads. Everything can become too much. Be very mindful about this. Also, be very mindful. You need to balance yourself. 2 feet planted on the ground. Balance yourself, stabilize yourself, see yourself. There's lies and deceptions that we are a little bit more vulnerable to during this time. We are going to have more of a tendency to believe the negative than to believe the positive. So do be aware of this, because we have the fox tail, right around there. So it's a little bit of cunningness, a little bit of trickery coming into play, not to give a fox a bad name, because they are adorable, but they also are sneaky and they will go after what they want. So being aware of that is important. Finding balance, finding understanding. It's all towards our awakening. Because if you see here, his leg stance, where his 1 foot is down, 1 foot is, resting on his knee. That stands for one reason or another. And if you know, please tell me in the comment box, is a sign of moving towards awakening, of embracing awakening, of embracing new ideas, new understandings. And it brings us to the magician. It brings us to standing before the altar of our existence and saying, this is what I want. This is who I am. Again, take a moon journal. Start one today if you don't have one. It doesn't need to be fancy. It doesn't need to be fancy and all pretty. I fall into that trap all the time. Take just a regular notebook, take Post-it paper if that's what you have right now, and start writing it down. What do you want? Or are you typing it out on your phone? What do you want? And it brings us to the magician, standing before the altar of our existence, saying, these are my talents. We might not see ourselves as talentful or full of talent, because it's not like it's supposed to be. We're supposed to be talented in this way, not in the way of the heart, not in the way of the family, not in the way of balancing and awakening, right? Because we are in a rejection of, I don't want to nurture, take care of, have this be my responsibility anymore. We can have a good old hissy fit about that. We have a good cry, a good sense of, this isn't the weight or the burden or, whatever I want to carry. Especially if we're in a time of taking care of people, it can get to be a lot. And it doesn't matter. This is for men and women, we can rebel against it. Okay? Let yourself have a good old hissy fit. Not around everybody else, but cry, get mad, be overwhelmed. That's okay. And letting yourself release is going to be beautiful, because it's a sense of acceptance. It is that releasing, that crying, that sense of, it was more than I anticipated it would be. The taking care of, the responsibilities, the this, the that. It's more than I anticipated it would be. But I'm not changing my path. And I do know what's sacredly important to me. And it brings us to this place where we stand before the altar of our existence and we claim our power. Even if others have told us that's not powerful, that makes you weak. If you come from a place of love, of kindness, of respect, of gentleness, let those be the guiding lights in our world. We have to be fierce too, yes, because we don't want somebody to come in and just bully us and see a weak victim, who's just going to be like, oh, okay. So here, stand strong within yourself. Know your worth. But stand before the altar of your existence and start to claim what is sacredly yours, the talents that you were put on this earth in order to embrace, in order to manifest your way moving forward. With judgment. Okay, you can be feeling judged by others, most definitely, by yourself, absolutely. But there's an awakening that's happening too. The sleepers, I love this card in this deck. This is the Llewellyn Tarot deck, because he's blowing the horn, if you can see. And it is said in Arthurian legend that when Arthur awakes, his most trusted allies, the horn will be blown and they will awake again. And that is what we're embracing here. That sense of, as we are awakening, we hear the call. However, the call comes forward from the universe to us, to awaken, to be empowered, to see ourselves. And as we do so, we're going to be able to see the blockage around our creativity, the blockage around the way that we want to manifest forward our blessing, our prosperity, our insight, and our ideas. So just be aware of this here with the Empress, that yes, it can be a struggle. It can also be having, issues with a mother figure. So do be aware of that. It can be as simple and straightforward as that. But it is embracing our power and ourselves. And it's saying, how do I create? Even though right now creating feels so difficult or feels so out of the realm of what I can do and how I can move forward. Our subconscious spirit message is wisdom reversed. Do we feel wise right now? No. We feel overwhelmed. So during this moon, sit outside. It's a new moon, and I know it sounds funny to say take a glass of water and put it outside and let it soak up the moon's rays, because there are no moon's rays. But let it soak up the quiet, the darkness, the stillness. There's beauty and there's power in silence. There's beauty and there's power in stillness. So here, when we're not feeling wise, we need to look up at the sky and see the beauty, see the power, see the stillness that is moving us forward. Taurus energy is low-key energy. It's not, I have to be, it's not that frantic energy, which we can kind of much more be drawn to frantic energy, Sagittarius, because fire sign energy is more frantic. So we feel much more comfortable around frantic energy, even if we don't need this, even if we need the calm, steadying energy of earth sign energy coming through, we will feel drawn to things that kind of promote a little bit of chaos. It's just like, oh, I feel comfortable here. Embracing our wisdom, seeing ourselves move forward in knowledge. Sit outside during this moon if you can. If it's rainy outside, you don't have to. You can sit under an umbrella too if you want to. But let yourself embrace the healing that comes forward and the stillness. Put out your crystals, in jewelry, or on a windowsill, with stones, to take in again the stillness. We always overlook the quiet, the stillness. There's power here. It moves us then to our chakra energy, which is Earth Mother in an Earth sign time. The Earth Mother is the Earth Star chakra, located 6 inches below our feet. It's connecting with the earth. It's grounding ourselves. It's seeing ourselves. It's saying, how am I growing me? How have I planted me? How do I need to move forward for me? It brings us then to our energy to be mindful of. This is the 10 of Cups. It's interesting, we have the best 10s here, and they come both as warnings. So the 10 of Cups is saying, don't let envy take over, because it will be easy to look at people and see the smiling faces and see the joy that they have and say, my life isn't perfect. I want that. Or say, oh, well, they're happy this way. I have to do it just like they do. No, it's time to say, what makes me happy? What brings me joy? What moves me in beauty? And move forward in that energy. Move forward towards our happiness. This is a warning to say, not to let what other people say should make you happy be what makes you happy. I mean, if it does make you happy, go for it. But embrace your happiness, because what makes me terribly happy may not make you terribly happy. And that's okay. We are different people. And so here it's saying, where's my happiness? What is my happiness? And knowing that the green-eyed monster of jealousy can come through, and we have to say, okay, I see you, ego, coming forward. I also, when the green-eyed monster of jealousy comes forward, it's saying, okay, so that's what I want in my life. I want the connection, right? I want the happiness. How do I start manifesting that? Because it doesn't happen if we just sit on our couch eating chips. As much as I would love that to be the way manifestation worked, it doesn't work like that. It moves us then to our subconscious tarot message, which is the King of Pentacles. And the King of Pentacles is Earth sign energy, Taurus, Virgo, Capricorn. Taurus energy. We are in a Taurus time frame in a Taurus moon. And we can find it difficult. We can start to look at things and become very materialistic. Okay, Taurus energy can be very prone towards gluttony. Okay, just towards a bit of excess. We can want to eat the richest of foods and want to, wear the finest of clothes and want to have the most, exhilarating relationships with other people. Just saying it properly for YouTube. We could want and want and want and just not feel satiated. So just be mindful about this during this time. With the King of Pentacles, we can also become very strict, saying success only looks one way, prosperity only looks one way, and we can really be trying to keep up with the Joneses type of deal. And Spirit is saying, stop it. Look at what is success for you, what is prosperity for you. And it is embracing having our feet planted on the ground and really truly seeing ourselves. So that is going to be important here. because we can get really caught up in the material. So just be aware of that. All right. All right, Scorpio. All right, Sagittarius. I hope this reading has resonated with you. I wish you nothing but light, love, peace, and happiness. May harmony always be with you. I am sending loving, healing energy to each and every one of you. I love you all, and stay safe. Let's end this reading with a meditation, a clearing away of negative energy, a raising of our positive energy as we embrace the power, intensity, and beauty of this time, of this new moon, and of ourselves. And please note that this meditation and healing will be accompanied by a loud sound. So take a nice deep breath in, exhaling whenever it feels comfortable for you. May you move forward in peace and in harmony, Sagittarius. May blessings and prosperity always be with you. I love you all. God bless. Bye.